What is up, Colorado Adventure family? Today is an exciting day and it's a little bit of out of the box for me. We're going to jump on a Class 2, Class 3 e-bike. It's one of the e-bikes that I chose for you all, coming in at $999, and if you use my discount code, you'll save another $50. That's $949 free shipping, no taxes, shipped to you for $949. It's really one of the best deals out there. It's got some top-notch components that I'll go over. The Kingbull Hunter 2.0, and we're gonna review this on a commute. We're gonna go to the store, we're gonna go to the post office, and just do the things that this bike was intended to do. Let's go. First off, the bike just really looks great. I mean, it's just a fabulous looking e-bike. It's your standard size fat tire e-bike, just coming in at a great price with just super quality components. Now, I'm gonna go over some of the sizes and the specs really quick, and we're gonna go on a review and take this puppy out for a spin, and I'm gonna show you what the Hunter 2.0 by Kingbull is all about. The size of this bike is 74 inches from tip to tail, and the seat height is gonna average between 32 and 39 inches. That's the lowest and highest point. Handlebars are about 31 inches wide, and that's just some of the height you could expect on it. And the handlebar height on this puppy, about 41 inches. So that's just gonna give you an idea. Those tires there, they're 26.0, and you can see that's the CST BFT tires. That's an all-terrain tire. It's gonna get you anywhere, go anywhere, and it's got a nice groove pattern here. It's gonna keep you nice and steady and keep the minimal buzz down on the ride. It comes with a lot of cool features. It comes with a pump, I showed you that, a little foot pump, but this back rack right here is easily $100 rack if you would buy it anywhere USA on any other e-bike homepage. This is easily $100 bike rack. It also comes with a lock, which is really cool. The battery, we're just going to start off with the power station here. It comes with a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery. And you know, this is a well-known battery brand. It's on a lot of the e-bikes. A lot of the e-bikes I own. And you can see, there's some of the specs right there. All right, coming over to the suspension here, we got a Mozo front fork suspension. I believe it's about 80 millimeters of travel. Going over here, and you could adjust it as well. You could either have full suspension, lock it out, whatever you're into right there. Super cool. And you can see this bike also comes with front and rear fenders to keep the mud off your backside. Coming down here to the motor, we have a 750 watt nominal motor. It's pushing this big old bad boy, and it's powered by a 22 amp controller. You can see down here, it's all Shimano components, and that's from the shifter, from the derailleur, just everything going on. That's 7 gears. You're fun, and this bike is really just the kind of bike that you can pedal and you can get exercise. The seat is phenomenal. It is like in between kind of like a foam and a gel seating. You can see there, it kind of has that impression like a gel type feel to it. The bike does come with these like bungee cords too, just to keep everything on lockdown. The kickstand is also adjustable, just so you know. And now we're going to talk about the brakes. We're looking at 180 millimeter rotors, 2-piston hydraulic brakes. Those are really good brakes because those are Zoom brakes. Zoom is known throughout the industry as having high quality brakes, and a couple years ago, these were some of the top-notch brakes on e-bikes, believe it or not. And this bike coming in at that price of $999 with all these great components, and you can see front brakes are 180, 2-cylinder hydraulic brake calipers as well. Kind of basic control system here. We'll go ahead and turn it on. And you can see there, it shows up super bright and clear. And you've got 5 different levels of pedal assist. And it's also got a headlight system right here. We'll turn on the headlights. As you can see there, it's also got tail lights. And you can see there, when you're pressing the brakes, that those light up as well. The grips are kind of like a rubbery type grip. Nice, just basic grips. The throttle is a half throttle on the twist there, and it does come with a horn. Let's take the Kingbull Hunter 2.0 through the Rocky Mountains of Colorado and see what this bike is made of. Let's go. Okay, and just so you know, I'm 6'3", 170. I want to jump on this bike. I've got it kind of in the medium seat height right here, and just kind of give you an idea that this bike is really going to be made for somebody probably between 5'8" and probably like 6'6", to be honest with you. So I'll show you what I look like at standing without being seated, and then standing. Being seated, I'll give you an idea of the pedal stroke 2. That's down low, up high, and in the middle. And that'll give you an idea of the pedal stroke. Let's go. We're gonna go down Whiskey Hill here, and we're gonna test these brakes first. These dual piston hydraulic brakes, and we're gonna see if it could stand going down Whiskey Hill, because not only going up Whiskey Hill, coming down these hills, if you don't have the right kind of brakes, that could be absolutely devastating. Like if you have a heavy bike and you don't have heavy duty brakes, it could be super dangerous, because what happens, that mineral oil will just boil and just get to the point where it just turns to mush and your brakes just basically won't work. And if you got rotors that are too small, they could bend or warp, or just even too thin. But man, that really passed the test there. Cruising down. Now this bike, throttle only, I think is right at 20 miles per hour, and then pedal assist you get 28. So we'll see what we can get through here. See if we can get up to 28. 25, 27 according to GPS. 27, and we'll try the brakes here too. Oh, the brakes are good, and coming down that hill with all that heat and still with those brakes. But we got 27 pedal assist on flat ground. That's really good. Really, really good. I mean, this bike is, you know, it's made for that, you know, getting on the bike path and getting off the beaten path type e-bike. That's what this bike is totally intended for. I mean, it's made for this kind of thing. All right, let's go down a rocky road and see if the Hunter 2.0 by Kingbull can make this climb back up. Woo, nice. You know, that front suspension and then those big old fat tires, man, really make a difference. That there is the Eagle River, boys and girls. We're getting all that snow melt coming down, and it is kayak season, and that river's just a flowing. All right, speaking of flowing, let's see what the Kingbull Hunter 2.0 could do up the Rocky Hill climb. See what it could perform. It's supposedly got 80 Newton meters of torque. It's got a 750 watt motor, 22 amp controller with that 48 volt, 15 amp hour power station. Let's see what it can do. Here we go. This is mode 5, throttle only. It's not a problem, man. I really think those big round tires just eliminate a lot of that bump that like a 20 by 4 inch tire just totally just absorbs. And it's a big difference there, man. Big difference on the tires. You little ornery looking thing. You look a little crazy. What are you doing up here, weirdo? All right, let's head on and run some errands on this thing now that we done a little bit of a speed test, a braking test, a hill climb, showing you what this bike can do. Now we're gonna see what it's like on a daily commute. Yeah, I need to stop by the post office and get some things squared away there with my P.O. box. It's the worst post office in the world out here. Leave a comment below about
your post office experience in your local area. And how is that? It's horrible in this valley. It's like every one of them. The Avon, the Vail, the Minturn, they're just all horrible post offices. And like with the throttle only here on the bike path, and usually it's courteous to go 15, maybe 20 miles an hour on the bike path. You know, going any faster than that is just kind of obnoxious and rude in my opinion. You know, you could go out on the road or whatever. You don't need to go any faster than 20 miles an hour on the bike path, and this limits that and keeps that in a good safe zone. So if you got a high school or middle school kid or something like that, or you just don't have control of your own self like I do, you know, it's a good idea to maybe get that person or by yourself something that limits you that. And what it also does, which is another thought I want to bring up here, is it just makes that battery last longer when you're just not pegging it at its max speed. Like if I was pegging this thing at 28 miles per hour, 27 miles per hour as it showed on the GPS, and that's going to draw a lot more battery power. And you know, if you're doing pedal assist and reaching those speeds of 27 miles per hour, then you're giving it a little bit more power on your end and conserving the battery power on the e-bike and therefore getting more range. So just keep that in mind, and we all need a little exercise. And the big reason I got this bike is just to see what it would be like to get an e-bike that would allow me not only to get a class 2, class 3 e-bike, but to get some exercise, man, because I'm getting spoiled by these high-powered e-bikes that I just use a throttle only, and a lot of them just have a short pedal stroke, to be honest with you. So I'm just not getting any exercise, and this bike right here has totally allowed me to get that exercise, and I'm really enjoying that because we could all use a little exercise. Super nice. All right, I'm gonna bring it on up here. We got a really nice bike path system through this area. I really enjoy it a lot. And a lot of other people do too. Thank you. And that's what I like about this bike too. It being that classic style bike frame e-bike, no doubt about it, just class 2, class 3 e-bike, just don't really, honestly, you just don't really piss a lot of people off like you will maybe on a Sur-Ron or another type bike. You're just really not going to make anybody mad on this bike. This is a pretty innocent bike, and you're not going to really agitate a lot of non-e-bike lovers. There's a lot of e-bike haters out there, trust me. There's a lot of acoustic bikers that don't like e-bikes, and I think the problem with that is that they know if they got on an e-bike that was nice and performed really good, or they really enjoyed it, they would ride their acoustic bike a hell of a lot less. I think that's the main problem. It's kind of like skiers. If they actually knew how to snowboard, they wouldn't ski as much. All right, let's go on up here to the post office and handle some business on the Kingbull Hunter 2.0 e-bike. Let's on up this way. We'll actually get in the bike lane here. I think it's good. All right, we'll get in the bike lane here and see what it handles in the bike lane with some pedal assist and see if it can handle like the traffic just going through here. It seems like it can. We're 25 going up a slight incline here, 26 going up a slight incline. That's just not bad at all. I'm super, super duper impressed. This is a good commute bike, to be honest with you, is what I'm finding out here. That's nice. I really like that cadence sensor. That is just super, super nice. Super, super duper nice. And, you know, and going by a cop on this thing, let's be honest, man, it's kind of nice to not have to worry about getting harassed by a cop on your e-bike. This thing looks about the most unharassable thing you could do. I couldn't imagine a cop wanting to pull this thing over, even if you're just winding the doggone thing out. I couldn't imagine a cop thinking, oh, I'm gonna go pull that guy over. I couldn't imagine him going back to headquarters and eating a donut, drinking coffee, and discussing how he pulled over a Class 2 e-bike, a guy pedaling his Class 2 e-bike. Even if he's going Mach 1, I mean, it'd be quite embarrassing. Anyways, enough of that talk. Let's go into the post office here, see if we can handle some business. Pop this thing into mode 5 and let's skedaddle. Wow. If I told you that was the most pleasant post office experience ever, would you believe me? Because honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, that was the most pleasant experience I've ever had at the post office. Dude was super cool, just pleasant, patient, young dude. Just he's got a bright future in front of him, and if my business ever gets bigger, I wouldn't be surprised if I call that dude up one day and I'm like, hey man, you want a job? He was incredibly cool and incredibly helpful. All right, let's sneak on down this way. We'll take the Kingbull Hunter 2.0 up to Super Mega Ultramart, that I call it. Let's go. Great bike just to commute on and just get around town in general. It's super nice, and I like I said, I really like the cadence sensor and the pedal assist on this thing. It's super nice. Super duper nice. But that 750 watt motor on here and being able to get top speeds at 28 miles per hour is super duper awesome, because it allows me to kind of get around and keep up with traffic to some extent, and that's really cool too. So it being, you know, that Class 2, Class 3 type e-bike, just being able to keep up with traffic is super nice, and having 80 Newton meters of torque, albeit not a crazy amount of torque, enables me to go up a hill, and it enables me to get a good enough jump start before I start doing the pedal assist, to not only have a little bit of oomph, but to just get out of situations if need be too, having that extra little oomph. But yeah, this bike just gives you, I think, everything you need if you're just like, you know, walking that line, walking a straight line, and you don't want a bike that's a class over 3 or a high performance e-bike that you're worried about getting confiscated just because of what it is. This is a good alternative, because you're going to get plenty of power. You're going to get plenty of range, you know, to go around town. You know, if you commute to work, you know, it's a 5-6 mile commute one way, this bike's going to give you that range. And it's got a charger that's small enough that you could throw in a backpack. And if you want to upgrade your charger and get something that charges this battery a little bit faster, that's an option too that you got. Pretty cool, huh? Park here and go inside Super Mega Ultramart. Then we'll wrap up this little day. Now that we got this back rack here, we're going to see how it'll hold a bag of doggy food for Miss Ellie Mae, my puppy. Check that out. That's where that cargo rack comes in. Very handy. Super cool. All right, let's head up here and wrap this up. Look at that. This driveway's steep. I've got UPS guys and FedEx guys that won't even drive up that driveway, and they hate walking up it. Sometimes they won't even walk up it in the winter. How awesome is that? Super, super duper cool. All right, we went about 11 miles
on this bike today. It's gained another bar back, so we still have a couple bars left, which I figured we would. The top speed was 26 miles per hour on the way back. We got it at 27 on the way out, but check it out, man. That is the Kingbull Hunter 2.0 e-bike. It delivered. Not only went up Whiskey Hill, it went down Whiskey Hill without any problems and was still able to just give you an awesome, controllable braking experience at 25 miles an hour. This bike is really good. I'm really impressed. Speaking of impressed, this bike right now is on sale for $9.99. If you use my discount code Colorado, you'll save $50 more and get it for $9.49 delivered to your doorstep. No taxes, no shipping, $9.49 delivered to your doorstep. Take advantage of this. And even if you've got an e-bike, even if you've got an e-bike you love and like and you ride all the time, it's really nice to have a backup. It's really nice to have an e-bike when one of your friends come to visit from out of town so you can show them how fun it is. Speaking of, I got a really good friend coming in from out of town, Dan Gavir. He's a GoPro guru, and he's one of the announcers and the voice of the GoPro games when it comes to whitewater sports and activities, and he's going to be borrowing an e-bike from me in the GoPro games. Stay tuned to what e-bike he's going to get and what e-bike he's going to ride during the GoPro games, and it'll be good to see a good old friend. Love chatting it up with Dan in the GoPro games. Right there, boys and girls, that's the Kingbull Hunter 2.0. It's a fabulous, fabulous bike, and even better price. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and a little commute adventure with Kingbull Hunter 2.0 e-bike. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. More adventures coming up, and more reviews, and more e-bikes and more things. I've got some things to show you. So stay tuned till the next adventure. This is Chris from the Colorado Adventure Channel. Peace.